What's up, guys? It's me Boxing, and I just finished up watching Joseph Parker versus Junior Fa, which is a 12-rounder in the heavyweight division. And this fight was Saturday, February 27th, from the Spark Arena in Auckland, New Zealand. And this fight was broadcasted on DAZN. And in this fight, it actually showed why you might not want to underestimate your opponents, as Joseph Parker gets a lackluster, unanimous decision win over Junior Fa. I originally predicted that Joseph Parker would stop Junior Fa and get a dominant victory. But what ended up happening is that Junior Fa was able to outwork, in my opinion, Joseph Parker. I scored it a draw, actually, but the judges' scorecards were awful. I just thought that Junior Fa was being a very smart fighter, where he would always try and throw a jab when Parker would come in with a right hand, which would trick Parker, and Parker would not land his right hand as flush. And whenever Parker would land a right hand, Junior Fa would sort of do a shoulder roll, and then that right hand would not land as well. And Junior Fa did have a cut in this fight, but it really was mainly caused and opened up even more after Parker would land some elbows after he would throw some shots, but they were accidental elbows. They weren't purposeful or anything, or I hope they weren't. But Joseph Parker, he did not impress, in my opinion. He was supposed to get a dominant victory here. I mean, the scorecards were awful, and they did show a dominant victory. They scored at 119-109 for Parker, and I believe 117-111 for Parker. And one of them scored a 115-113, which is a good score. That's 100% fine. I think it could have been 115-113 either way, if not a draw. And maybe a 4 because there was a lot of swing rounds. I don't know how you guys scored the fight. Comment down below how you scored it, because I'm very interested to see how some other people might have scored this fight, because just based off of my point of view, I scored it a draw. But what's next for Joseph Parker after winning this WBO Oriental title? And I believe he was already ranked number 4 or number 3 in the WBO, so he'll definitely rise up. And I believe that Joe Joyce and Alexander Usyk are fighting for the interim title. Maybe he'll take like the spot for number 2 after Joyce and Usyk fight, and possibly he could take on the winner of that fight. And I know the winner of that fight's likely on track to take on the winner of Joshua Fury, but possibly in the meantime, while Joshua and Fury might be doing a rematch, it could be like Joseph Parker versus the winner of Joyce versus Usyk. But what's next for Junior Fa? I definitely want to see more of him. He's actually a very decent, very good fighter. I was definitely underestimating him, in my opinion, just because he has fought nobody, and I've never really seen him fight before, and he's been dropped by Dominic Gwynn. But when you really look over that knockdown, I mean, it really wasn't a real knockdown. I mean, he sort of slipped, referee called it. But more onto what's next for Junior Fa. Definitely a comeback fight in New Zealand, and I think they'll give him an opportunity when the time comes, because I definitely think he's ready to take on possibly a top 20. I would like to see him take on Otto Wallen. That'd be very interesting. I'm not sure who wins that, because they both are very similar. In my opinion, they both have a boring style where they just sort of back up and counter your opponent, but that's what you need in boxing. That's what you need to win. And Junior Fa was just countering Joseph Parker continuously with that right hand. But then Parker didn't know what to do, so he would just slam Fa to the body and try and throw random headshots. And I believe Joseph Parker is now ranked number 9 by BoxRec, which I don't know why he would go up 2 spots for getting a lackluster performance, but that's BoxRec for you. But overall, Joseph Parker gets a quote-unquote dominant unanimous decision win over Junior Fa according to the judges' scorecards, although it was a very, very close, razor-thin split fight that could have gone either way. And yeah, that's really it. I'm MB Boxing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.